right, good morning. We're back again with some college hoops. We're talking morning wood. My name's Allie Burns. I'm the Plus Money Honey. That's where you can follow me on Twitter. While I've got your attention, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Today we are going to talk Mountain West basketball and then whatever else you guys throw at me, because that's kind of how we do it here. We've been doing really well on all of our consensus picks. The ones where you guys kind of throw them my way and we go over them, I kind of track those as well, and we've totally been crushing them. Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, guys, drop some comments into the box and let me know who you're liking today or who you're looking at. Maybe I can help you along. Maybe the group can help you along. So yesterday was a 2-1 day. Rocked that Boise game. I got it over and I got Boise on the side, and total miss on the Mississippi State game. So my bad. We learned something about Texas A&M though, didn't we? So today I'm going to talk Colorado State at SJSU. Hey, Brian. And I'm going to talk SDSU at Utah State. I'm incredibly excited for that game. So I'm going to save it for later. So Colorado State, yeah, Gonzaga, we're already getting them, boys. We're already getting them. Carlos Kinglos Ramirez likes Gonzaga minus the 15 first half. I mean, I can never advise anyone not to roll with Gonzaga. They really are just like so good. And I mean, good teams win and great teams cover, and it just seems like those guys cover. That's what they do. Sorry, I'm looking for them real quick just to see what the full line is, but I'm guessing it's going to be high. I don't know why I can't find them. Oh, there they are. 26.5 against Pepperdine. Yeah, at home. I'm with you there. I'm with you there, friend. Yeah, so that's one of the games we're going to talk about right now is Colorado State at SJSU. Hey, Doug, what's up? Yeah, so what do we got here? Colorado State minus 19. The total on this is 155.5. And that is really like, that's my head thumper. Is that the right thing to say? My head scratcher. There it is. That's my head scratcher. 155.5 is a really high total. The reason why it's so high is because SJSU gives up so many points, right? My total average has them giving up. Their total average is 175, which is like ridiculous, right? Stop it, SJSU, stop it. At home, the average is 167, but they played 2 D2s and Boise twice at home. And so that's just like a stat skew in itself. In the Mountain West alone, their total's coming in at 155. But Colorado State, on the other hand, they've got a better defense. SJSU has no defense. The one thing maybe they have going for them is that they're a little deeper. They've got a lot of kids on that team that play in double-digit minutes. But if none of those people can put the ball into the basket, then it does you absolutely no good. Colorado State, however, their total average is like a 138. They've only hit 155.5 one time this season. And with them, I'm taking out the D2 and I'm going to take out St. Mary's, because the final score in the St. Mary's game, are you ready for this? Colorado State scored 33 points. In a full game of basketball, that's freaking crazy talk. The total on that game was 33-53, 86 points. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so we're taking that out because that's not going to count for us, and neither is the D2. They played a tough schedule. 2 SDSUs, 2 UNLVs. And UNLV, if you're not watching them play, their schedule, their season record makes them look like they're not that great of a team. They're a good team. Okay, so that was a heated game that was going down there. And that's the only time that they've gone over. The last one they played was the only time they've gone over the 155.5. I told you when these guys, when it's lopsided, I go with the team who's going to control the game more. And in this in this instance, I think it's Colorado State. I know it's Colorado State. and they're more of an undery school. I'm going to take this under. I know that they can shoot, and I know SJSU doesn't have defense, but the number is just too high. I'm not going there. In second games, they tend to score more. We'll see how this first one works out. But I'm not saying I love this pick. I just handicapped 2 games. This is kind of what I got out of it. But I think this guy goes under the total. I don't see Fresno. I don't see SJSU being able to put up enough points. Okay, so we're going to take that under 155.5 on the Colorado State game. As far as laying the 19 with Colorado State, I mean, I don't see why it would be a bad bet. Colorado State's upper echelon of the Mountain West. The first time SJSU played Boise, they lost 106-54. The first time that they played Utah State, it was 107-62. So they do get seen, and both of those totals are over the 155.5, which makes me wonder, is it going to go over? But Boise and Utah State are big scoring, shooting teams. So that's what I'm going with. I don't NHL, Cody. I'm sorry. I am not an NHLer. But anyone in the chat who's an NHL person, drop your comments in because, people read them and it helps everyone else out. And that's what we're here to do, is like make everybody some money, right? We all help each other out here. And like I said earlier, if you're just joining us, I've been kind of tracking our picks that we make that you guys throw into the chat, and then we kind of look over them and we make a play on them. We've been doing really, really well with those. So excellent work, everybody. We're all making money. I just did my own stats, and for the Mountain West, I'm 13-2, which is really killer. But I work for UNLV basketball. I don't know if you guys remember that about me. Okay, my stats, I'm 28-17 for our free pick video, my official picks that I give to you guys. I'm 28-17, and I'm 13-2 in the Mountain West. So, woo! Okay, so, and that's what we're going to talk about now. Now, SDSU is taking on Utah State. I'm so freaking excited about this game, okay? And the bet almost worries me because I like it so much. But I was there, okay? I work for UNLV Stats, and I work the Mountain West tournament, sitting at the scorer's table, eye level with these huge guys, and I've watched them play. Here's what went down last year with SDSU. They were on this roll of a season, right? They were like 14-1 in the regular season, only lost to UNLV, which means they beat Utah State twice last year in the regular season. Then they're cruising through the Mountain West tournament, and in a nail biter, final score of 56-59, Utah State takes down the Mountain West championship, right? Now, SDSU was like on course to go to like the Final Four last year. They were really, really good. They had a kid named Malachi Flynn. He now plays for the Raptors. And Utah State had a kid named Sam Merrill. He now plays for the Bucks. But pretty much everybody else is still on those 2 teams, right? So these guys know each other, and they know each other well. And SDSU has got to be pissed. You know, they've got to have this kind of vengeance that they're going to roll into Utah State and take what's theirs. So the total on this one is 131. It was SDSU or Utah State -2. I checked it this morning. It was -1. I want to get on SDSU's money line. When I looked last night, the money line wasn't out yet. But it was -105 this morning. No big deal, but I'm the plus money, honey. So I'm going to in-game it and see if I can't get on some plus money. But I think SDSU is about to put a hurt down on Utah State. Another thing we got to look at with Utah State, and you hear me talk about them all season long, is how good they are. You know, they're a very well coached team. They're focused. They play a very solid defense. But who have they played? That's our question here. You know, Air Force twice, not a good team. New Mexico, not good. They did lose to BYU. They play SJSU twice. So this is the top of the Mountain West, has been playing the bottom of the Mountain West. But if we hop over to SDSU, they've played Colorado State twice, who we just talked about. That's an 8-2 school. They just got out of it with Nevada, who is up there in the upper tiers as well. I am so back and forth on this total. I cannot, I mean, the side is SDSU for me all day long. Okay. I would be shocked if Utah State pulled this out. And like I said, I like it so much that it almost scares me a little bit. But strength of schedule, they have great, SDSU has great road numbers. They actually score more when they're on the road. The book average says they score 72 points a game. Overall, my number says 71 when you take out a D2, but on the road, it goes up to 77. And granted, they've only played 2 on the road, but they were to ASU and to a very good St. Mary's team. St. Mary's was the team that beat Colorado State 53-33. Who does that? I bet they got yelled at by some coaches. Another thing about SDSU, not only do all these players know each other, SDSU has 4 seniors on the floor. They are a little bit of a smaller team, but 4 seniors. This is their last year. This is their last shot at Utah State. I mean, I'm sure they're going to play in 2 days again also. And then I think it'll be a Utah State play. We'll see what the numbers look like. So I took this game over. It's like a gut feeling. I get it. I understand the last time they played in the tournament, the total was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1. I don't know. What can I add right now? 115, I think it is what it came to. It was a very low scoring game. I get that, but someone at my door. But like I said, the revenge factor here, they also don't have the defense that they had in Malachi Flynn or in Sam Merrill. So I'm taking this one over, boys. That's what we're doing here. And I'm definitely rolling with SJSU. Okay. So now what would you guys like to talk about? If there's anything I can help you with, we can roll on into that. So yeah, my official plays, SDSU, money line with points. I mean, I think it's going to be good. I can't wait to watch this game. And I'm going to go over the 131 on that. And then with the Colorado State game, I'm going to take it under the 155.5, but it's not my favorite play. So boo, 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 that's where I'm at there. Colorado State, again, not my favorite, but I mean, if you're doing what you should be doing, I guess you're laying 19 points here because it's just kind of what makes sense. Okay. So that's what we got going on there. I know there's some other ones going on. Alfredo likes Brian to win today. Let's look at what they're doing, Brian. They get on my nerves. I always seem to be on the wrong side of them when they play. Here, oh, it's St. Francis, PA. Oh, I wish I had seen that earlier because I was on St. Francis a few days ago and I can't remember what I did about them. I did get a lot of my notes because some of those schools that I always give you guys picks on are playing today. So if you asked about them, I wanted to be prepared for you to ask the questions. I don't have St. Francis. Over a 160, that's a whole lot of points right there too. Okay, I would have to look into that one a little bit harder, but like I said, I'm not a good Bryant better, so you probably don't want my pick on that one either. Cali versus Colorado, says Richard, going into the Pac-12 here. Let's see what they're doing. They're an early one, right? They're like playing in pretty soon here at 2. Okay, 2 Eastern. Let me look at them real quick. So we've got Colorado's at home. They're 3-0 at home, 3-0 on the road. And I've liked Colorado this year. They are very strong. Cal Poly has definitely not been very strong, and they're not very good on the road. They're 0-5, 1-4 against the spread on the road. Colorado's 3-0 against the spread at home. Let me just pop into this little jam here. Minus 14.5 is Colorado, and the total's 134. I'm guessing that's so low because Poly doesn't score a lot, and also Colorado's got a good defense. That's just it. To be a good team, you have to have a good defense, I swear. Well, I guess maybe unless you're Gonzaga, but they've improved throughout the years. I'll give them that. We'll give you that, Gonzaga. But that's just it. Good defense creates offense, right? If you're forcing turnovers, you're doing your thing. It improves your offense. You're getting wide open shots, runaways, slam dunks, all that kind of jam. Okay, I just want to check real quick. Both went early and he wants to parlay them. I understand, you little parlayers. You little parlayers, you. Cal's coming off a win at Washington. Isn't Washington? Oh, that's tomorrow. I think. Is Washington playing USC today? Because you should fade them. That's what we do with Washington. Remember, wake up in the morning, drink your coffee, fade Washington. Loses to Purdue, Cal, Oregon. Cal's not like as horrible as maybe their record reflects, but Colorado is very good. And, I talk about it all the time. You've got to win your home games, and especially in conferences like Pac-12, where you've got a bunch of them at the top and they're all just kind of mingling. It's UCLA and Oregon and Stanford's up there. So, okay, Colorado beats Utah, beat Oregon, barely lost to UCLA, who's right up there, beat USC, lost Arizona, beat Grand Canyon. Yeah, they can blow you right out, can't they? I think that total is very, very high. Or, sorry, is very, very, hold on. What do I think? Yeah, I like that to go under. I feel like that's going to be an under game, California at Colorado. That's how I like that one there, under the 134. That's what I would say. Oh, wow, that's killer. $5 bet into 2,600 yesterday. 4 bet builder parlay. Just saying. Excellent work there. Nothing wrong with that at all. We love making money. Like I said, guys, I'm not a parlayer. Bankroll management and all that stuff. Temple's already playing, so that's what's happening there. They are up 43-40 against Central Florida right now. I know a lot of people, I think, were on Central Florida there. What was the other one I wanted to talk about? I forget now. Oh, Hampton at South Carolina Upstate was another one. Hampton is not great in game twos. Good field goal shooters. I have this thing with South Carolina Upstate right now. They were kind of at the bottom of the barrel, and then they just get a little fire under them every now and again. Their problem was that they were slower starters. So it was kind of like a tale of two halves, one of those things. Upstate's a 4-point favorite at home, and the total's at 146.5. I have their total average as at a 152. And then with Hampton, where are you, Hampton? So many papers, so little time. Here they are. Hampton's total average is a 142. So 146.5. High, low, 46. They've got the 7-footer on their team. They take a lot of shots. They just don't always hit them all. And 7, 6, 4, 6. Sorry, let me check their heights real quick. 6, 4, 6, 9. Yeah, and actually South Carolina State, it looks like they're about the same size of team. We'll give them that. But I would go over on that one because I think that South Carolina is going to dominate this game, or going to try to. It's their home game. I get it. They're 3-9. They're 2-5 at home. I'm not sure about a spread here. I mean, I like South Carolina Upstate. What can I say? But I do kind of like that game to roll over that total. And then with Winthrop and Longwood, Winthrop has been an over team for me all season. They're putting up 80 points. I mean, that is just what they do. That's their bread and butter. And Longwood, here they are. Okay, here's Winthrop. Their total average is like a 156 to a 152. Longwoods is a 139. So they are not big scorers is what they are not doing. They did okay against the Citadel, though. We cashed Citadel yesterday, guys, plus 14.5. We talked about that one and we cashed it. Beautiful work. But I would say the Withrop game, I like that to go over. I'm not sure about laying the points there. Longwood really isn't very good. I mean, that's a given. But Withrop will take advantage of that, I think, and be able to put up big numbers. So those are not official plays. Those are kind of more a glance at it. I just happen to have some information on them plays because I do a lot of the Big South. And then Campbell and Presbyterian was the other one. The Blue Hose. The Presbyterian Blue Hose. Their total average is a 144. Campbell is a 140 to a 136. The number's at 135. So that's an over for me for sure. Both of these numbers go over what that total is. So that would be an overplay for me right there. That's the one out of those three that I feel most comfortable with, actually, because the numbers just kind of line right up to it. Okay, what are you guys doing in the chat? Let's look. Hey, Bill. Hey, Sam, BYU at St. Mary's. Okay, these two, BYU, let me get to them. St. Mary's has been really good. And they're, hold on, let me get to it in my phone too so I can give you proper stuff. So the line we're looking at, West Coast Conference, this is SMC, St. Mary's minus 1 point. And the total's at 133.5. BYU is strong. Let me get into the West. There it is. BYU is strong, but St. Mary's is strong too. Again, they're the ones that held what's their butts to 53-33 as a final. That's a fluky game, though. I know I keep bringing it up, but it's just because I'm a stat person, and that is so a first half score that it just blew my mind. Like, what they scored 17. It was 17-33 in the first half, 16-20. I mean, it's crazy talk. But what I want to check real quick for these guys is who's played D2s and that kind of a jam. St. Mary's, this is all on the road in South Dakota. They won 2-3. Okay. So they win on the road in South Dakota. That school doesn't count. They're very, they got their butts whooped to San Diego State, but kind of everybody does. They haven't played the hardest schedule is what I'm noticing. They haven't played like the easiest either, but it's not necessarily the hardest schedule. But let's see what BYU is doing over here. BYU wants to come in and kick your butt on the road. When they beat Utah State, when they went to Utah State 64-67. 10, 11, 131 was the total on that one. They just are coming off a pretty big loss to Gonzaga, which again, everybody does that, but you don't count. They beat Utah State. They beat San Diego State. I mean, BYU is a solid team as far beat Utah. They got beat by Boise by 4. They got beat by USC, who they just pissed me off the other day. Let me tell you about USC. I would go with BYU here and grab a point. I might even just money line them. As far as the total's concerned, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it would be an under game. BYU is 131. That was an under game against Utah State. So I would lean towards an under, but I definitely like BYU on the road there. Brian likes USC, Bryant, and Gonzaga over. What time's the NHL show, Sonny Griffin? We just did it yesterday. College basketball's too fishy. Hockey's too fishy. There was no preseason. They played one game. What are you handicapping right now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just not a huge hockey fan. Kurt Alexander is, and I'm trying to get him to come on in the morning at some time to do some hockey, like give a couple, like what I do with basketball, for him to do it, to do morning ice, kind of a thing. Which I guess would be like a bad combination if you had morning wood and ice. I don't feel like that would be a successful combination there. But so yeah, we did NHL Total Chaos on Tuesday. It's kind of a weekly thing we do. And then on Wednesdays, we talk hockey on our live cap that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. But do keep your eyes open for free picks videos that are going to be coming out on the site, that'll be covering all the NHL games also. Did any of the games go into overtime yesterday in basketball? That I'm not sure. David Melnick, his rule in hockey is to not bet against the Bruins. I heard last year that the trend was that the Bruins would go down low and then you go down early in the season, and then you could take them at plus money, and then they were just a killer late game team. So I don't know if that helps anybody out, but that's what I got there. Charles likes the Hoosiers -3.5. Let's pop into there. The Hoosiers. I'm bummed. My University of Houston, that's where I went to school. They got canceled today. Yeah, the USC Washington game, I should have given this. Well, I guess I still can, right? We're doing this right now. I had USC minus the 14.5 points against UC Riverside in the last game, and that was a very close one. I can't remember if they went to overtime or double overtime. I had it under, and I had USC. No, I had it over. And even with like all the overtime, it still stayed under. USC did not cover. Here's the thing. My spiel that I was giving on USC is that they're in the top of the Pac-12, right? I think they're number 4 in the Pac-12. Arizona, Stanford, UCLA, and USC, not in that exact order. And in order to stay there, you have to win. Now, Washington is not a good team, period. They are not a good team on the road. But with this added incentive of like coming off a very close game, I really think that kind of gives USC an edge here to push it. So I like laying 14 with USC here. I'll make that an official play right now. I don't know about a total. Washington's not going to put a lot of points up. USC will, but I don't know about Washington in a total. I didn't actually stat that out. So if you're just joining real quick, again, my official plays are taking it under. Holy shnikes, that 155 went to 159 in the Colorado State game. It jumped up 4 points, but that helps me out for my under because I don't think it's going to get that high. I'm going to go under here and put a little bit of faith. Just a little bit of faith in SJSU. And like I said, I don't love the play, but this is just what I kind of got out of the game was under and minus the 18 for Colorado State. Now it's 18. Official play USC minus the 14. And then official play was SDSU plus points, plus money. Any way I can get them, SDSU, and I like it to go over 131. Oh, see, now I bet that last night at 131 for this reason, because now I'm seeing it at 132.5. So, like I said before, this is a revenge game for SDSU, and they get to roll into, I forgot we were even talking about the Hoosiers, man. I totally forgot, man, because I saw USC and got all stoked. I know about the Indiana game. This is Purdue at Indiana. I really liked this game to go under the total. And I do like Indiana here. And why? Defense. This is a defense game. And Indiana's offense isn't as fabulous as maybe other Indiana teams in the past have been. But they really have to rely on their defense in order to win games, right? So my stronger play on this is keeping it under whatever the number is. I want to say it was like 138 or something like that. Oh, wait, it might actually be. It was 130.5 when I saw it. It's that low for a reason, and I do like that game to stay under. And okay, I think that's all we got on that one. Anything else? Oh, we're talking about the Dons. The Dons got me too. I see someone in there. Paid Washington State always. That's official. Phew. David Hunt's going to go with St. Mary's here at home, minus the 1.5. Look, I got you on this one, man. It's St. Mary's is missing a player, though. Thank you for that, Sam. I didn't know that. But BYU on the road is real tough. And St. Mary's is good. I want to say that I saw these two play each other at T-Mobile. It's like it was UNLV, BYU, St. Mary's, and Utah State or something like that. I don't remember, but they are a very good team, and they shoot a lot from the outside too. But Brian says take BYU. I'm with BYU here. They're like men on a mission right now, and beating SDSU and beating Utah State is very impressive. So Bill McDonald says to fade Idaho. Oh, I just saw a number 1 rule in hockey, and I missed it. San Francisco Dons. Dominic says to take it over. The Dons are ticking me off. Let me tell you what, because I really, really, really liked them. Oh, that we did that one, the Bruins. I really liked them last year and the season before. They were great outside shooters, and no one really kind of knew about them, I want to say. Well, now people know. That is a lot of points, 149.5. Let me look in my magic sports box here. Tell y'all what I think. Where is this? This is the West Coast, right? Yeah. The West Coast Division. Unholy Stem Cells. What's happening, man? He's on BYU today as well. Oh, I know, Brendan. I really liked that stinking pick, man, and it just didn't work out. Cody, we're thinking Purdue, Indiana goes under. That's where I'm at. And someone in the chat's on Indiana. I like that play as well. Okay, so tonight I'm doing Total Chaos NBA against Nick Parsons. I'm competing in it. Usually I just host them, but because I haven't really been messing with the NFL yet this season, I thought this would maybe be a good opportunity just to see where my head and my numbers are at. So if you want NBA picks, they'll be for the games tomorrow. We're going to do seven picks on the total. We go head to head and give our plays on the over and the under. So that's my NBA knowledge as of right now. It's all for the next day. All for the next day. All right. What else do we got going on here? Are we good? Are we good? But Brendan, the Boise pick was on point. Okay. The Boise pick was on point. I'm not taking that Colorado State over. That is too high for me. It's just too high with the way that they played. Colorado State's only gone over that one time all season. And granted, SJSU has gone over it 3 times, but not in their last 3 games. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying that I'm going to take it under. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm going to take it under. Kyrie needs more sage. What's going on with Kyrie? I feel like during the pandemic, he lived in a yurt with a bunch of mushrooms and had some real spiritual journeys and stuff. And it's just not our same Kyrie. You guys know I'm a Duke fan. He's the one Dookie I don't like though. Because if you remember the year, I'm pretty sure it was the year that we lost in the first round to Lehigh. Kyrie had sat out the entire year and then he rolls in and we lost. We went out for the first game to Lehigh. I remember I had a meme that said, did Duke just go out in the first round or am I serious, Lehigh? Because that's how it felt. Oh, thanks, Louise. He's in Antarctica doing research, about to get that last laugh. You know what, Kyrie? You do you, boo. You do you. I'm not judging you. Okay, so let's recap for anyone new, and then we can shut this party right on down. I'm supposed to do 15-minute shows, and these always end up going 35 or 40. Unholy Stem Cells has a parlay with Colorado State, North Colorado, and Jacksonville. Now there's Harden by Kylie, not Kyrie. Okay, so official plays that we liked a lot. USC against the Huskies, minus the 14. SDSU, money line, plus the points. Love that play. And I'm taking it over the 131. I think it's 132.5 now. Colorado State, I'm going to roll under that total. And can Cal cover against Colorado? We kind of went over that. And I think I said I didn't like the side. I would have to do a little more research, but I liked it under. That was kind of yeah, I think Cal can cover against Colorado, but will they, right? They, I guess that's always the question we're asking ourselves, isn't it? Colorado's good. I mean, I like Colorado. So, and Cal is but Cal kind of gets that reputation of being not so good. So the line's moving your way, 16 down to 14.5. For me, when it's larger spreads like that, I like to take the points with Cal first half, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday too. In the beginning of the game, those smaller schools, like, they really try their best in the first half, and bigger schools kind of like, they know, especially when they're at home, they're like, you do you, we're not going to let things get out of control, it's cool. And then the second half is where they turn their stuff on, and now all these guys are like totally gassed out, and they didn't get the fire up halftime speech. It was like, just keep up the good work at halftime, not you're playing like this at halftime. So they're not like motivated. I like my team, who I'm on for full game, to be down in the first half, to tell you the truth, because then you kind of have something to go with. So if you were going to play that game, I like it under. And if you wanted to play Cal, I would look at first half plus the points there. How about that? Got it at 11 when it came out. Belmont. Okay, last one. My mom just got here, and I want to hang with her because she's been out of town for a while. Where is Belmont? What time do they play? What's going on? What's going on, Belmont? I like Belmont this year. I want to say they burnt me, but I'm not going to hold that against them forever, Oh, Presbyterian at Campbell. I did really kind of like that one to go over the total. That was another one. I kind of like LIU over Wagner there. I haven't really. Here we go. Belmont at Tennessee Tech. Oh, dang. I just had a Tennessee Tech pick or play that I did the other day. Belmont's 4-0 on the road. Let me grab this because I have all this information right there. Okay. So Tennessee Tech, this was when they played Moorhead. And I cashed them 12-1, 4-0 on the road, 13. They were 5 point. I think I got them +4 in that game. Their total average at home, on the road. No, I don't have at home. I have away. Overall is 140 to 145. Belmont. No bigs away. Belmont's played a tough schedule. Tennessee has played a pretty tough schedule too. They played Indiana, Xavier, Tennessee. Those were all on the road. Now they're playing. Belmont is coming into their house. They're 1-2 at home, 1-12 for the season. But this might be another one of those situations where we're looking at them first half, right? You're at home, and you're going to come out tough against a very good Belmont team. That's what I'm trying to say there. So maybe we look at that a little bit first half, and then total wise, Tennessee Tech would play to the under of this. I'm not exactly sure about Belmont though. But yeah, I kind of like Tennessee Tech first half there. Call me crazy. Okay, so best bets last time, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Got it at 11. Okay. SDSU is my best bet of the day. Okay. I'm so high on this bet right now that I'm afraid to bet it almost, right? Because again, I'm going to recap this. It's important to know SDSU, Utah State, SDSU beat them 14-1 last year in the Mountain West, their regular season. So they beat Utah State twice at home. Or twice in the regular season. Then they play them in the Mountain West tournament. Utah State takes them out, right? This is a revenge factor game. The same guys play for both teams, save for the two that went out to the NBA. We got Malachi Flynn in Toronto. We got Sam Merrill in Milwaukee. But most of those guys are the same guys. They know each other. And I feel like SDSU is not happy. It's not happy at all. You know, they were a Final Four looking team last season. They should have won the Mountain West. Well, I don't want to say they should have won the Mountain West tournament, but I mean, I think they were definitely projected to. So I love SDSU in this spot. I'd love to get them at plus money in game is what I'm really trying to do. I already bet the game to go over 131. I know they're two really solid defenses, but with this like added thing going on, I just got to roll it that way. Okay. So SDSU and going over. USC minus the 14 points, coming off a real close overtime win to UC Riverside, which shouldn't have happened. Now we've got a crappy Washington rolling in. I think they're going to take out their frustrations on them. Those are I feel real strong about those three. The other two that I had, I kind of like Colorado State going under, and I like Colorado State minus the points. I do like Indiana going under, and I think that was pretty much, and I like that Presbyterian game going over. That was my other one, wasn't it? The Presby going over. So those I kind of like, but those three are my three top plays. Remember, I'm 13-2 in the Mountain West. So I'm hitting pretty hot over there right now. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, right? Okay, so that does it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Like I said, tonight we're going to do the Total Chaos NBA. 7 different games that will be happening on Friday night. Me and Nick Parsons and I are going to give you our plays on the overs and the unders. It should be good. He's a situational handicapper. I'm a statistics girl, so we'll see who works out and who doesn't. Otherwise, I'll see you guys right here tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock seems to be like the good time for me. So like if we could all just plan on 10-ish every day, then we can all maybe make some money every day. You know what I'm saying? Also, I take Mondays off. So don't look for me on Mondays. I need one day to not think about sports. All right, guys. Peace and chicken grease. Follow me on Twitter at